The Sword in the Stone. Excalibur rises. Morning mist blanketed the rolling hills of ancient Britain. Beneath the echoing church bells, the land still shimmered with dew after a long night of rain. At the crossroads of two rivers, people spoke in hushed tones of a strange miracle, a stone that had risen from the earth and embedded within it a sword that burned with silver fire. No one knew its origin. Some claimed it was sent by the gods to test the hearts of men. Others believed it was the sword of ancient kings, waiting for the worthy to return. And upon the blade was carved a line of ancient runes. Whosoever pulls this sword from the stone shall be the true king of Britain. The Prophecy of Merlin. In a cabin deep within the forest, Merlin, the last great wizard of the old world, sat before a fire of blue flame. Shadows danced across his face, the reflection of both past and future. He knew the age of magic was fading, and that humanity would soon need a king with a pure heart, someone who could hold the balance between gods and mortals. When the world forgets its faith, Merlin whispered, a child shall be born in darkness, carrying the light of justice. That child was Arthur, an orphan raised by Sir Ector's family, unaware that royal blood flowed in his veins. The day of destiny years, the lords of Britain fell into chaos, each claiming the right to rule. Then Merlin appeared before the people, proclaiming the coming of the sword in the stone, the trial of fate. Knights, nobles, and warriors from every land came to test their strength. One by one they grasped the sword's hilt, but not even the mightiest could move it an inch. The sound of steel grinding against stone filled the air with despair. Among the crowd was a thin, humble boy, Arthur, who had come only to serve his older brother in a tournament. When he realized his brother had forgotten his sword, Arthur ran to find one, and saw it, the sword gleaming in the stone, glinting under a beam of sunlight. Without hesitation he placed his hand on the hilt. The wind ceased. The mist parted. And then, a sound like 1,000 harps singing at once. The sword slid free from the stone, smooth and effortless, as if the night itself had released the dawn. The light of the king silence swept across the crowd. Warriors and nobles stared, breathless. A simple boy had done what none of them could. Merlin stepped forward, eyes filled with awe and sorrow. "The king has been chosen," he said, voice echoing like thunder, "and the soul of Britain awakens once more." Arthur looked down at the sword, Excalibur, the blade of kings, glowing with celestial light. The radiance spread across the valley, and one by one the people fell to their knees, shouting his name. Arthur's oath Merlin knelt before him and spoke softly. "Remember this. Power does not come from the sword, but from the hand that holds it. They will test you with blood, deceit, and love. When the world burns in war, only the true of heart shall keep the light." Arthur tightened his grip on Excalibur and lifted his gaze toward the burning sunset. In his eyes burned the fire of destiny. "I do not wish to be a king," he said quietly, "but if my hands can bring peace, then I will wield this sword until they grow cold." The birth of Camelot. From that day on, knights gathered around Arthur, men bound not by blood but by honor and hope. Together they built Camelot, a kingdom of light, of justice, and of dreams that defied despair. And somewhere, deep within the mist, Merlin watched with a faint smile. "The age of magic may fade," he murmured, "but from its ashes a king shall rise." It is not strength that makes a legend, but the purity of a heart that dares to believe.